Hello student, welcome in GATE Wallah. So student, in this session we'll discuss the various list of PSU right now which are recruiting through. So let's start the session. First we'll discuss what is the meaning of PSU in India. In India, a government owned enterprise is called public sector undertaking, in short PSUs, or it is also known as public sector enterprise. Okay. Now these companies are wholly or partly owned by Government of India or one of the many state or territorial government or both together in parts. So this is the meaning of PSU is in India. Now why student or candidate or engineers are so much interested towards the PSU jobs? Reason is very simple. PSU jobs provides job security. This is most important. PSU jobs provide those job security, along with that good pay scale and opportunity to grow. That's why engineers are so much interested towards PSU jobs. That's why I'm going in this session. I'm discussing various list of PSU which are recruiting to GATE. Okay, so let's start by one. First, we'll discuss about the PSU IOCL, that is Indian Oil Corporation Limited. IOCL is one of the Maharatna company of India. It is Maharatna company. Okay, and it is largest government owned oil producer in the country. It is largest government owned oil producer in the country. Okay, and Indian Oil Corporation Limited, that is IOCL, recruit engineers through GATE exam. Even I got selected in IOCL through GATE exam in 2014. In 2014, I cracked GATE with All India rank 70. That I got opportunity to apply for various PSU job. Ultimately, I have given the interview of IOCL, HPCL, and BARC through GATE. Okay, and I have cleared this interview of these three PSUs: IOCL, HPCL, and BARC. Finally, I have joined IOCL, but since I have passion towards teaching, that's why after some time, after working in IOCL for some time, I left the job, and since then I'm teaching. But I got selected in IOCL through. So IOCL recruits engineers through GATE. The average CTC of IOCL per annum is around 15 to 18 lakh. Okay, it is good. So this is one of the PSU which is recruiting through GATE. Now next PSU is ONGC. ONGC means Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited. Again, ONGC is also one of the Maharatna company of India. Okay, it is largest government owned oil and gas explorer and producer in the country, and produces around 70% of India's crude oil and around 84% of its natural gas. Okay. Again, it's recruit engineers through GATE. The average CTC of ONGC is around 20 to 20 lakh per annum. Okay. So next PSU is ONGC, that is Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited. Now we'll discuss about Coal India Limited, that is CIL. Again, Coal India Limited is also one of the Maharatna company of India. Again, it is the largest government owned coal producer in the world. It is largest government owned coal producer in the world. It is also the seventh largest employer in India, with nearly 272,000 employees. Okay, and generally whenever CIL recruits engineers, you will find that it is the number of vacancies in CIL is good. Okay, that's why it is one of the 7th largest employer in India. Okay, again currently CIL is also recruiting through GATE exam. Currently CIL is also recruiting through GATE exam. Earlier it is used to recruit through separate computer based tests, but right now currently it is recruiting. Okay. Again, if you will talk about CTC of CIL, around CTC of CIL is around 11 to 12 lakh per annum. Now next PSU which we will talk about is NTPC. NTPC, National Thermal Power Corporation Limited. Okay. Again, NTPC is one of the Maharatna company of India. It is largest power company in India with an electrical power generation capacity of 67907 megawatt. Again, NTPC also recruits engineers through GATE. The average CTC of NTPC is around 19 to 21 lakh per annum. This is next PSU. Now we'll talk about SAIL, that is Steel Authority of India Limited. It is also one of the Maharatna company of India. First, I am discussing all the PSUs which are recruiting through GATE. First, I am talking about those PSUs which are Maharatna company. So again, SAIL is also one of the Maharatna company of India. It is largest government owned steel producer. Government owned, na? Again, it recruits engineers through GATE. Again, around CTC of SAIL is around 15 to 16 lakh per annum. Again, it is good pace. Now we'll talk about next PSU, which is GAIL. GAIL is nothing but it is GAIL India Limited. Okay. Now it is again one of the Maharatna company of India. It is India's principal gas transmission and marketing company. It is principal gas transmission and marketing company. Okay. Again, it recruits engineers through GATE exam, and sometimes GAIL also takes separate CBT exam. That's why I written both. It recruits engineers through GATE exam also and CBT exam also. Now, if we will talk about CTC of GAIL, it is around 12 to 15 lakh per annum. Now, we'll discuss about next PSU. Next PSU is PGCIL, that is Power Grid Corporation of India Limited. Again, if we'll talk about PGCIL, it is again one of the Maharatna company of India. Okay. Now, it is engaged mainly in transmission of bulk power across different states of India. So, it is mainly engaged in transmission of bulk power across different states of India. Power Grid transmit about 50% of the total power generated in India on its transmission network. Again, it recruits engineers through. The CTC of GAIL, the CTC of PGCIL is around 16 to 18 lakh per. Now we'll talk about next PSU. Next PSU is Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited, that is NPCIL. Okay. We'll talk about NPCIL. It is public sector enterprise under the administrative control of DAE. DAE means Department of Atomic Energy, which is one of the organization of Government of India. Again, it recruits engineers through GATE. Okay. In last 3 years, in the recruitment process of NPCIL, GATE score is valid. Means last 3 year GATE score is valid in the recruitment of NPCIL. Means if we are applying for the NPCIL job in 2014, so GATE score of 2014. If suppose right now 2023 is going on, na? So suppose if you are applying NPCIL job for NPCIL job for 2024. So in that recruitment year, in that recruitment cycle, the GATE score of GATE 2024, GATE score of GATE 2023, and GATE score of GATE 2022 are valid. Means you can apply for the job in this organization by using the GATE score of 2022 also, by using the GATE score of 2023 also, and by using the GATE score of 20. Okay. So this is NPC. Okay. If we'll talk about its pay scale, it is per month around, it is 56100. It is basic pay. Along with you will get dearness allowance and other allowance also. Around, if we'll talk in CTC, it is around 18 to 20 lakhs per annum. CTC means cost to the company. Now we'll talk about next PSU, which is NALCO. NALCO is nothing but National Aluminium Company Limited. National Aluminium Company Limited. Okay. Now this, if we'll talk about NALCO, it is Navratna company. Now we are talking about Navratna company. Okay. Now it is one of the largest integrated bauxite aluminium power complex in the country. Again, it recruits engineers through GATE exam. Its CTC is around 15 to 16 lakh per annum. Okay. Now we'll talk about next PSU, which is NLCIL, NLC India Limited. If we'll talk about NLCCIL, it is again one of the Navratna company of India. Again, it recruits engineers through. Okay. Around CTC of this company is 13 to 15 lakh per annum. Now we'll talk about next PSU. Next PSU is EIL, Engineers India Limited. Engineers India Limited. Again, it is one of the Navratna company of India. Okay. EIL is one of the leading power engineering consultancy service provider it is leading engineering consultancy service providers to the refinery sector in India. Again, it recruits engineers through the around CTC of EIL is 16 to 17 lakh per annum. Okay. Now we'll talk about next PSU. Next PSU is NMDC. It is National Mineral Development Corporation. Again, NMDC is one of the Navratna company of India. It is India's largest producer of iron ore. And one important point, again, it recruits engineers through GATE. Around CTC of NMDC is 13 to 15 lakh per annum. Okay. Now we'll discuss or talk about next PSU, which is DVC, Damodar Valley Corporation. Okay. Now, if we'll talk about Damodar Valley Corporation, it is government-owned power generator which operates in Damodar River area of West Bengal and Jharkhand states of India to handle the Damodar Valley project, the first multi-purpose river valley project of independent India. It is the first multi-purpose river valley project of independent. Okay. Now, again, it recruits engineers through GATE exam. Okay, if we will talk about its pay scale, it is on monthly basis. 56100, it is basic pay plus dearness allowance plus other allowance which will get like HRA and etc. Okay, in PSU, along with basic pay, you get many allowances also, like DRLS allowances and other allowances. It is on monthly basis, na? It's on monthly basis. Now we'll talk about next PSU. Next PSU is SCL Hindustan Corporation Copper Limited. Sorry, Hindustan Copper Limited. We'll talk about Hindustan Copper Limited. It is one of the mini Ratna company of India. Now we'll talking about mini Ratna PSU. It has the distinction of being a nation's only vertically integrated copper producing company. It is the in India. It is the only vertically integrated copper producing company. What is it means? As it manufactures copper right from the stage of mining to beneficiation to smelting to refining and casting of refined copper metal into downstream saleable product. Okay, so ultimately you can say in the process of copper, it manages all the parameters, all the stages. That's why it is only vertically integrated copper producing company in India. And again, what is the your benefit point? Again, it recruits engineers through. Okay, that's why around CTC of HCL is 12 lakh per annum. Okay, so you can see GATE exam is how much important for the engineers. Okay, now we'll talk about next PSU. It is THDC. THDC is Tehri Hydro Development Corporation Limited. Now, THDC India Limited is leading power sector and profit making. It is profit making PSU or public sector enterprise. And again, this profit making enterprise recruit engineers through GATE exam. Its around CTC is 11 to 12 lakh per annum. Okay, now we'll talk about next PSU. Next PSU is KIOCL. KIOCL is 𝐂𝐚𝐿 Iron Ore Company Limited. We'll talk about KIOCL. It is mini Ratna company of India. Again, profit making central PSU. It is located in the state of Karnataka. Okay. Now it again recruits engineers through GATE exam. This is the all about KIOCL. Now we'll talk about next PSU. Actually, it is not a PSU. We are talking about BARC, Bhabha Atomic Research Institute. Actually, it is not exactly a PSU. It is centrally government owned organization, research organization you can say. Okay, and many engineers have a dream to work in BARC, in ISRO, in DRDO as a scientist. So it is also the dream job for most of the engineers, because most of the engineer wants to be are interested in research. Most of the engineers wants to become scientists. So it is one of the dream job for most of the engineers. Now, if we'll talk about Bhabha Atomic Research Center, it recruits scientific officer, which are gazetted officer post, to GATE or written test. Here I have written GATE or written test plus interview. It means to reach into interview stage, you will get two opportunity. Either you should have good score in GATE, or bar conducts one separate exam also. You can also write that separate exam, and if if you will clear the cutoff of that separate exam, through that exam also you can reach in interviews. Means to reach in interview stage you had two paths: either clear GATE with good score, or crack the written test which is conducted by bar. So it is good because you are getting two opportunity: either clear GATE or clear the written test. After that you will be eligible to participate in interview. Like I have also cleared the interview of BARC, and I have reached in interview stage in BARC through GATE score. Okay. Now, if we will talk about around pay scale of BARC, again, its basic pay is 56100. After that, it will give dearness allowances plus other allowances. If you will include all these allowances in initial stage, around you will get this much of salary per month. Okay, it is all about BARC. Now we'll talk about next organization, which is Indian Space Research Organization, that is ISRO. It is also one of the dream job for most of the engineers. We'll talk about ISRO. Currently, ISRO is pattern is also like around BARC pattern. Means it is also recruiting through GATE, or it is also recruiting through written test. Means if you have good GATE score, you can reach in interview stage, and if you clear the written test of ISRO exam, if they are conducting, then also you can reach into interview. Okay, I think around from last year, ISRO has started to calling for interview through GATE exam. Earlier, ISRO was only calling engineers for interview through their written test, but now they are also recruiting through GATE. Its around pay scale is nearly same as BARC, that is 56100 basic pay, then dearness allowance, then other allowance. Now we'll talk about DRDO. DRDO means Defense Research and Development Organization. Again, in DRDO, currently DRDO is recruiting scientific officer through GATE plus written test plus interview. Here, mark my point. In BARC, I have written, listen carefully. In BARC, I have written GATE or written test. Means either you have to clear GATE or you have to clear written test. You will reach into interviews. But here I have written in DRDO, I have written GATE plus written test plus interview. Means first you need to clear GATE. Okay. Through GATE, you will be reach into this second stage, that is written test. Okay, it is not like BARC. Either you have to clear GATE or written test, then you will reach into interview. No, it is 3-stage process. First you have to clear GATE. After that, you will be eligible to write the written test which is conducted by DRDO. After clearing the written test which are conducting by DRDO, you will be eligible to participate in interview. Okay, and after clearing interview and after that medical test stage, you will be scientific officer in. So, but first you need to clear GATE, then written test, then interview. It is the recruitment process of DRDO. Now again, its around pay scale is nearly same as BARC and ISRO. It is rupees 56100 basic pay per month plus dearness allowance plus other allowance. It is all about DRDO. Now I am talking about some more PSUs. Like I am talking about BHEL. BHEL is Bharat Heavy Electrical Limited. BHEL is again one of the Maharatna company of. But currently it is not recruiting through GATE. For BHEL, you have to clear CBT exam, computer based test. After clearing the CBT exam, you will reach into interviews. Okay. So currently it is not recruiting. Okay. Its around CTC is 12 lakh per annum. Similarly, now I am talking about next PSU, which is HPCL. HPCL is Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited. Again, it is the one of the Maharatna company of India. Earlier, HPCL used to recruit through GATE. In 2014, I also got selected in HPCL, and I got selected in HPCL through GATE. But right now, from last 2 to 3 years, it is not recruiting through GATE. HPCL is recruiting through separate CBT exam. But if you are prepared for GATE, you can easily prepare for these examinations after preparing for GATE. So it's around CTC is 15 to 16 lakh per annum. So it is about BOEL and SPC. But my suggestion is, if you want to do work in PSU, first prepare for GATE. Okay. If you have good score in GATE, so you will get many opportunity in IOCL, in ONGC, in BARC. But suppose, by bad luck, if you are not having good GATE score, but your preparation was good, so after that you can prepare for exam of those PSUs which are recruiting through separate CBT exam. Okay, and if you are well prepared for GATE, it will be very easy for you to prepare for this CBT. My suggestion. So ultimately, in this session, I have discussed various list of PSU which are recruiting through GATE, and some other PSUs also which are not recruiting through GATE but taking some separate CBT exam. Or this is the summary of this list. First, I have discussed about IOCL, ONGC, CIL, NTPC, SAIL, GAIL, PGCIL, NPCIL, NALCO, NLCIL, EIL, NMDC, DVC, HCL, THDC, KIOCL, BARC, ISRO, DRDO. Ultimately, they are mainly recruiting through GATE. Okay, and currently BHEL and HPC are not recruiting through GATE. They are taking separate CBT. Okay, so it is all about this session in which I have discussed list of PSU which are recruiting through GATE. Thank you all.